It's the biggest contest to get to the biggest sporting event in the world. Coming at you this year from Minneapolis.
The Marquis! You think you're gonna go to the Super Bowl?
It's Super Bowl trivia.
Not a shot!
Only 4 questions stand between you and a trip to the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl trivia on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Super Bowl, baby!
Now, here's your host, the Marquis de Sade.
Yes, he has returned. After we put the contest back on its tracks midweek after the disaster on Tuesday, we have put the contest at least back in good shape and raring to go. We have 2 winners to go between now and the close of business tomorrow, which would be at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We will go to 7 tonight. Tomorrow is 6. And we will see. We can play it for 6 hours to get 2 winners. We'll see if we get fortunate. Yesterday, we thought right out of the gate we might be in trouble with our 3rd winner early in the proceedings. But after the first couple of callers with opportunities at the 4th audio did not get it, we sort of settled in, and then the callers had a lot of trouble getting back to the 4th audio aspect of our program right now. So a chance right now and a big opportunity today for a newcomer to take part with the tickets and the hotel accommodations and go to Minneapolis next weekend for Eagles and Vikings, Eagles and Patriots. As far as Super Bowl 52 is concerned, a contest that has had its own shelf life for a long time here on the great SiriusXM, and a contest that will resume as soon as Bill can get the questions to me, and we can get this going here. Bing Cow has checked in. He, of course, is Bill's next employer, and supposedly he likes what he's heard these first few days, so we'll have to wait and see. You know about the Mary Tyler Moore segment to your program? The fact that, you have an opportunity with MTM and I still got to write a check to the Cheats up there in Connecticut, right, Bill? Because they got a Mary Tyler Moore question. But if you get the first question right on the way to winning a particular contest, if it's Mary Tyler Moore, you get $100. If you get the second question right, second question a little harder, it's $200. Obviously, the sound, we have some sound cuts to still work with. And obviously, you're also dealing with the questions. We got lots of 1s, lots of 2s, and lots of 3s. The trivia contest is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. We congratulate them for being part of it. The smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified candidates for businesses of all sizes. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Sunday. So the contest will resume. We will start it off here today with Zach in West Hartford, and he will say hello first. Zach, good afternoon. It's your turn. How are you today, pal? Okay?
Hey, Mad Dog. How are you?
Fine there, Zach. Good to have you with us. I know you played earlier in the week, so you get a chance again to get yourself off to a decent start. We've had a lot of interesting questions. I should actually get some easier ones out to see if we can get you guys off to a pretty good start with the ones, because we've had a lot of questions regarding the tough ones, and we've tried to make it a little easy. Hey, what team did Lombardi lose to in his only playoff loss? What team beat Lombardi in the only game they ever lost in the postseason? Who beat him? What team?
Philadelphia.
The Eagles beat him in the championship game 17-13 in the championship game of 1960, the last championship, obviously, the Eagles ever won. So Zach finds himself at least where he can be involved in the conversation as we go to number 2. One Viking offensive coordinator would go on to win a Super Bowl as a head coach. One Viking offensive coordinator would go on to win a Super Bowl as a head coach. Who is that offensive coordinator?
Think Brian Billick.
That is correct. Good job. We haven't had that one answered. So Zach puts himself in some interesting company right out of the gate and gives himself an opportunity here to maybe get himself into that number 4 territory where he can do some things.
Just trying to get home.
I'm sorry now?
Just trying to get home, Mad Dog.
There you go, Zach. Pete Carroll lost a Super Bowl to the Patriots and also coached them at some time in some point in his career. Jeff Fisher lost a Super Bowl to the Rams. He coached them at some point in his career. All right? Fisher obviously coached the Rams, and Pete Carroll lost to New England a couple years ago, and he had coached the Patriots, 20 years ago. Only one head coach has lost a Super Bowl to two teams that he would coach at some point in his career. There's only one head coach who lost to two teams that at one point in his career he actually coached. Who's that head coach?
Oof. Two different teams?
Yep, only one who's ever done it. Carroll, obviously, with the Patriots, and Fisher with the Rams. Pete lost to the Patriots, then coached them. Fisher. 5.
Dan Reeves.
That is correct. Dan Reeves. That's a hard question. And Zach. Now I don't know if Zach is part of the mob. He lives in that part of the country in West Hartford. I do not know if he is part of the mob. There's nothing I can do. What am I supposed to do? Track the phone calls when I'm doing a contest? But he claims he's not. Only God can tell us. But Dan Reeves obviously coached the Giants, lost to the Giants as a Denver coach. Dan Reeves coached the Broncos and lost to Denver as an Atlanta coach. So, nice job out of Zach. Zach, who's your favorite team, may I ask?
It's the Giants, and it used to be Denver.
It's a Giant. What do you mean it used to be Denver? You lost me.
I grew up an Elway fan.
You grew up an Elway fan, and then you got off Elway when he retired and went to the Giants?
Pretty much.
Wow. Now,
Right, Giants fan.
all right. Now, you played this contest in the past. How did you track us down at SiriusXM, may I ask?
Probably came with the car. I mean, I used to listen to you on the fan.
All right, so probably came with the car, so nothing too elaborate from that standpoint.
No.
Have you won the contest before, Zach?
No.
Never have. Okay, fair enough. If you with our rules, who knows? You might be able to win every 2 weeks.
You don't have to worry about me, Matt.
No. This is it, Zach. This is I don't know who you might take to the ball game, but if you get this one right, you are on your way right out of the gate, and I'll have to figure out what to do for 2 hours. We're going to play the contest is what I'm going to do. But this is your opportunity now to get to Minnesota. Here you go.
I mean, he was getting beat up literally the entire game, and that was our defensive game plan, just to try to punish him as much as possible so that he wouldn't be able to play well. But he still played well. I mean, that's the type of quarterback that he is.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't think I got it. I'll go Matthias Kiwanuka.
That is incorrect. That's a good guess. Zach was a good caller, so we can I can do this contest. I got to get to 7 o'clock. Geez, 4:10. I know, but nice job. Zach played well. He deserved to be right in the mix. AJ in Miami, and he says hello. AJ, good afternoon. How are you today, pal? What's going on?
What's up, dog? How you doing?
All right, AJ. Good luck to you today. The first head coach to appear in 4 Super Bowls. First head coach to appear in 4 Super Bowls. Who was that?
I'm sorry, can you say the question again?
It's an easy one. It's 5 words. First head coach.
Don Shula.
There you go. Don't ask me to say it again when you know the answer, AJ. That's not fair. We got.
Just want to make sure.
Okay. On Julian Edelman's crazy catch on the Pats' final drive in regulation in last year's Super Bowl, who originally tipped Tom Brady's pass?
Robert Alford.
That is correct. Okay. So, that's not easy, and that's well done by AJ in Miami. Let's do a little work with AJ. Has the Connecticut mob. In The Godfather, was it Jaime Weiss? Who went down to Miami in The Godfather there and went to Cuba?
Hyman Roth.
Roth, that's Jaime Roth, that's it. Jaime Roth. So at least AJ's got a sense of humor.
I'm not the mob.
Are you part of the mob up in Connecticut or no?
No.
You're not. Okay. Have you played the contest? Have you played with us before in this contest or not?
2 years ago.
Did you win?
No, I lost.
You lost, all right. There's only one Ohio State assistant coach who would ever go on to become a Super Bowl winning head coach. That's weird. One Ohio State assistant coach would ever go on to become a Super Bowl winning coach. Who is that?
Can you say that again?
He must know the answer. One Ohio State assistant coach.
Pete Carroll.
That is correct. Pete Carroll. Okay, so back-to-back contestants. They either did their homework or Tori, as a birthday surprise, who's the leak, sent out the questions in an email blast all over the country yesterday. He was either on the answers. It was either one or the other. I would opt Tori, but who knows? All right, AJ, if you get this, have you been to a Super Bowl before?
Never, no.
You never have. Who's your favorite team?
The Eagles.
Wow. So you have a chance to go see your favorite team in the Super. How long have you lived in Miami for?
I've lived in Miami for a little while. I've never been to a Super Bowl, and I hope this is my shot.
Here you go. Listen up.
Every team's different. Every year's different. I think a lot of people would say that the Hail Mary, that was kind of a fluky deal. But, we had a better team, I think, is what it boils down to. And a team that was experienced in the playoffs and used to it. And, we just had more talent.
Now, who is that?
Larry Cole.
That is incorrect. All right. Boy, oh boy. They're getting close.
Obviously,
these callers are good today. They've done a nice job. And again, the mob is bouncing around. Paulie in Brantford, Connecticut. Hi, Paul. How are you today, pal? Okay?
How you doing, dog? I think those first two callers were the mob.
Now, they might be. Hey, how many consecutive completions did Tom Brady have during the Patriots' overtime drive in Super Bowl 51? How many consecutive completions for Brady?
7.
That is incorrect, all right? There you go. Now, more like it. Here's Craig in Philly, and he's with us here. Craig, good afternoon. How are you today, pal, okay?
Good. How are you, doggy?
All right, Craig, good luck. Who did Mike Holmgren succeed as coach of the Packers?
Lindy Infante.
Lindy Infante is correct. Good job for Craig in Philly. We'll get to his details, where he's from, and all those things in a sec. Bill Belichick has been a coach in 10 different Super Bowls. He's been a coach in 10 different Super Bowls. What is his largest margin of defeat?
He was a Pat's assistant, wasn't he?
Me to know, you to find out. 5.
All right. Super Bowl 31, 14 points.
That is correct. 35-21. Belichick, remember, he was the assistant with the Giants, defensive coordinator, went to Cleveland, got fired middle of the year, and then joined Bill's staff in New England, lost to Green Bay, and then later, of course, with the Pats. So Craig in Philly figured it out. All right, Craig, you're halfway home here. You got a chance. It's an opportunity for you. This is a chance here that I give you credit. I'd love to see you get it based on the fact that you are in Philadelphia. But here you go, number 3. During the Super Bowl era, only one Pittsburgh Steelers head coach has never won a Super Bowl. During the Super Bowl era, there's only one Steelers head coach who has never won a Super Bowl. Who is it?
Bill Austin.
That is correct. Before Chuck Noll. Boy, oh boy, these calls. This is Tori to get back at me, knowing I got to work here to 7. On his birthday, he threw me a gift, and he emailed all the... Bill, how did they get the questions? He emailed the answers and everything. And so now, all right, Craig, let's get a couple things out here. You're an Eagle fan, obviously, I'm assuming. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You a season ticket holder?
I am not. I go to a couple games a year, though.
You didn't go to the championship game, did you?
No, the ticket prices were outrageous.
Did you go to the Atlanta game?
I, again, tried, but I couldn't get tickets.
All right, what games did you go to this year?
I went to the Cowboys and I went to the Redskins.
Well, the Cowboys say he went to the Monday night game in October, the game that Eddie Erickson bet the house on Washington, getting 7. The night we went to Craig's, and you obviously went to the last game of the season. Now, have you been to a Super Bowl before, Craig, or not?
I have not, no.
You have not. But I'd love to see you have a chance to go next weekend. You get this one, off you go. Listen up.
I mean, he was getting beat up literally the entire game, and that was our defensive game plan, just to try to punish him as much as possible so that he wouldn't be able to play well. But he still played well. I mean, that's the type of quarterback that he is.
That is who?
Is that Jonathan Vilma?
That is incorrect. All right. Boy, oh boy. Very. Good job. Getting a lot of feel here right out of the gate. Tony in Dallas. Anthony, good afternoon. Your turn. How are you, pal? Are you there, Anthony? Oh, I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong one. Let's go to Dan in Massachusetts. Dan, are you there? How are you, Danny?
I'm here.
Good to have you aboard. Good luck to you. Love to see you get off to a decent start. Where was Lombardi's funeral mass held at? Where was Lombardi's funeral mass held at? 5, 4, 3.
St. Patrick's Cathedral.
That is correct. All right. He looked it up on the Wikipedia page. This you will not be able to look up, and it's time now to play.
Gonna make it after all.
God, I get a kick out of that cat. All right, here you go now. Hope you watched the show, Danny.
Yep.
Who played Rhoda's father on the MTM show?
Rhoda.
Who
Rhoda
played her father?
Ferguson or something.
What actor?
Rhoda Bergenstein, who played her father.
Five, 4, 3.
Gordon Hayward.
No, Gordon Hayward. Frustration rings itself out. Hey, let's take a timeout. 20 after the hour, we continue here on Contest Time. Mad Dog.